Hi, my name's Trent Bowers. I'm the Superintendent of Worthington Schools, and I'm joined by our Treasurer, TJ Cusick. We've been out speaking to lots of groups and having great conversations about Worthington Schools, and three questions seem to come up in every one of those conversations. So TJ, one of the questions that I get often is, as property values have risen, and certainly home values in Worthington are up, how does that impact the school district?
Yeah, that's a good question, and one I get a lot as well. And most people don't realize this unless you're ingrained in Ohio taxation, but schools like ours, who are predominantly funded through local property taxes, are different than, say, a municipality that is funded through an income tax. An income tax grows with inflation over time, but Ohio has a law in place called House Bill 920 that protects homeowners from increases in their property taxes simply because the county auditor reappraises their values higher. And here's how it works. We went through a reappraisal in 2020, and that happens every 3 years, and every 6th year a full reappraisal. And as the property values go up, the county auditor adjusts the tax rate down so that the school district in total receives about the same amount of revenue as it did the very first year that levy was enacted. And so that's really why districts like us that are predominantly locally funded have to return to voters to ask for an increase, or else our revenue remains relatively flat.
Another question that we hear just often is, who pays for a Worthington Schools tax? I mean, we have people that live in Worthington and Columbus and Riverly and Perry Township and Sharon Township. Do they all pay different rates?
No, that's another good question that I just got asked yesterday. Columbus was developed over time, and it carves in and out of various locations, municipalities, townships. So Worthington School District encompasses multiple townships and localities. But one thing that's constant is the tax rate of the school district. No matter where you live in any of those townships or municipalities, you pay the same Worthington School District tax rate. Now, obviously, your values are different across different parcels, but the tax rate is the same across the school district. So let me ask you a question, Trent. We've been out speaking. We talk about a long-range plan. How was that plan developed?
That's an important question. So, as you know, Worthington Schools is a growing school district. And so as we looked at our schools and our enrollment, back in 2016, we put a large community task force together, and they built a 3-phase master facility plan. And so phase 1 of that was supported by our voters in 2018, and that was the rebuild of our middle schools. And so we rebuilt Worthing Way and Perry and made additions to McCord and Kilbourne Middle School. And that allowed us to move our 6th graders from the elementary school to the middle school. That created more capacity at the elementary schools, and it began to chip away at our aging school buildings. That task force came back together, they worked for another year, and they came forward and they said, we want you to focus phase 2 on your high schools. Phase 2 is about rebuilding Thomas Worthington High School, significantly renovating Worthington Kilbourne High School, putting them up to a new standard so our students have better learning opportunities for the next 40 to 50 years. And when those 2 phases have been completed, we will have revamped 6th through 12th grade in Worthington schools. Now, we understand that we still have elementary work that's going to have to happen in the future, but right now that community-generated plan is what we're putting forward and asking for people to support. Those are the questions that we're getting, and we're getting them all the time, but if you have a question that we didn't answer for you, please reach out to us. You can email us here at Worthington Schools, or you can call us directly. We want to make sure that we answer any questions that you have about Worthington Schools. We love Worthington Schools, and we're grateful to get to serve in this community and work with students and staff members in a community that cares deeply about the future of our kids.